Today I'm going to walk you through the wall mount installation for the HomeCourse ProScreen 180. Before we get started, you have to make sure you have a few things. It has to be installed onto drywall with vertical studs. You're also going to need somebody to help you when it comes time to mount the screen onto the wall mount brackets. And you're also going to need two 6 to 8 foot ladders. The physical space you'll need is 14 feet of width and 8.5 to 9 feet of height. Front to back, you'll need a minimum of 13 feet. Let's open it up. Inside the box, you'll find almost everything you need to install your HomeCourse ProScreen 180. In addition, we have our wall mount bracket that was purchased separately. This is all the hardware you'll need for installation. The box includes the HomeCourse ProScreen 180, 4 mounting brackets, 2 mounting bracket extensions, and 2 sealing bolts. We won't be using these today because these are for sealing installation. Nuts and bolts to mount the screen onto the mounting brackets. Here we have the wall mount kit, which includes 3 wall mount brackets, an additional set of mounting brackets, and additional mounting and installation hardware. For operation, we have a telescopic arm, a remote control, and a charging cable for the ProScreen. The tools you'll need are a drill with a 1/4 inch drill bit, a level, a pencil or marker to mark the wall mount bracket holes and location, a socket wrench with a 1/2 inch adapter, an 11/16 inch adapter, and a tape measure. Next, we're going to mark where we're going to install the screen. Remember, you want to make sure you have 14 feet of width for the arms to be fully extended at 180 degrees, or 12.5 to 13 feet when they're set to the narrower 45-degree position. You're going to want to set a tape measure to 8 feet because that's the same width as the housing of the HomeCourse ProScreen. You want to put the 4-foot mark just to the center of your space. I'm going to go ahead and mark at the end of the tape and again at the 8-foot mark. We'll need to find 3 studs within those 8 feet to install each of the wall mount brackets. You need to assemble the 3 sets of mounting brackets like this, where they connect opposite each other on the outside. Use your stud finder and a pencil to find 1 stud on the right side of your space, 1 on the left side of your space, and 1 in the center. They don't have to be perfectly spaced out, they just need to align to a stud. I'm going to start here, then I'm going to measure up and make an exact precision location for each stud atop. This is what the final wall mount assembly will end up looking like. You always want to mount your HomeCourse screen so the top of the housing, right here, is at a maximum height of 8 feet 4 inches. We recommend mounting it to a height of 8 feet 2 to 8 feet 3 inches. So when you add the wall mount assembly, which creates an additional 6 inches of height, we're going to want to mount the top of the wall mount bracket to approximately 8 feet 9 inches, so that the top of the housing will be at 8 feet 3 inches. It's worth noting the height in which you mount the screen makes a difference with how much give or slack the screen produces. That makes a difference with how much bounce back the screen may produce. At the top of the housing at 8 feet 4 inches, the screen will barely be touching the ground. That's why we recommend 8 foot 3 to 8 feet 2 inches, so that the screen has a proper amount of slack, therefore a proper amount of give when the ball makes contact with the screen. I'm going to start at the mark where I identified the stud, and I'm going to go 8 feet 9 inches up, and that'll mark the top of the wall mount bracket. Afterwards, I'll use my level to identify the center of the stud, and then I'll get the wall mount bracket to level and align, and then identify the holes that I'll be using to drill. I'm going to place the wall mount bracket on the line that I identified, level it, and then I'm going to mark the center of the top and bottom hole of the wall mount bracket on the short side. Now that I've marked the 6 holes, I'm going to drill into the center of each of the marks. Now that I've drilled the holes for the wall mount bracket, I'm going to manually tighten each of these screws into the wall using the 1/2 inch socket. I'm now going to install the mounting brackets into the track on the top of the HomeCourse housing. As you can see, I've set them up so the outer 2 brackets are going to align to the outside of each of the wall mount brackets. The center one can go either way you prefer. Slide them in as close as you can where you think they'll match up to the wall mount brackets. We'll adjust them later when we get up there. Now that I've slid the 3 mounting brackets into the track on the top of the HomeCourse, I'm going to grab a friend and he's going to help me mount the HomeCourse ProScreen 180 onto the wall mount brackets. When you have a friend to help you and an additional ladder, what I like to do is get the screen and use the ladder to rest it until we mount it onto the wall mount brackets. Now we're going to go up and mount it onto the top. Place on your shoulder. Slide the bracket to the right position. Once the mounting bracket is aligned to the wall mount, I'm going to use a nut and bolt to hold it in place. It's okay to just softly manually tighten this. And that's it. The screen is installed. Now I'm going to show you how to configure the space. Let's open it up. Grab your telescopic arm and open it up all the way. You can also stop at 45 degrees and attach this toggle to the corner if you want to use the narrower position. But we're going to go all the way wide. So go all the way until it reaches that match. Same on this side. We're gonna bring in our landing mat, which will go just below the screen. I'm gonna put it about 8 inches beyond the screen. And now we're gonna bring in our hitting mat. So it lines up just in front of the landing pad. Our space is now set up. When you're trying to position your hitting mat in the right place, you just want to make sure that you have enough space to clear your club. So grab your longest club, that might be a driver, 3-wood, whatever you expect to use, and give yourself just enough room where the club can clear without making contact with the screen. One of the amazing things about the HomeCourse ProScreen is when the ball makes impact with the screen, it dies with no bounce back. Let's give it a test. As advertised.